Hello, hello, hello. Are we sending now? Hello, hello,
Hello,
hello. Are
hello.
we sending now? Hello, hello,
Hello,
hello. Are
hello.
we sending now? Hello,
Yes, we
hello,
are. Hello,
hello. Are
hello.
we sending now? Hello,
Yes, we
hello,
are.
hello.
Hello, hello.
That's so many hellos and yes we are that I just heard on my headphones. Welcome everybody. This is the Valo High stream. My name is Eero Laaksonen. I am CEO and one of the founders of Valo High, and I have here with me.
Aarni Koskela, CTO and one of the founders of Valohai.
Thanks, Aarni. And Valohai, of course, is the leading MLOps platform. We take care of version control and reproducibility for any company's machine learning exploration and production pipelines. Today, we'll be talking about the latest advancements in LLMs. We'll be installing some local LLMs today, right, Aarni?
Exactly.
So let's get my desktop here. Okay. So we're gonna be talking about Ollama, right? What's this Ollama?
Right. So Ollama is basically a wrapper for the Llama.cpp project, which both of these let you run LLMs and actually other, not exactly only LLM, but other multimodal models on your local machine or even your server or your laptop or wherever. So you're not tethered to, let's say, OpenAI AI anymore.
Okay. So this is a wrapper for what was it? Llama.cpp.
Llama.cpp, yeah.
What is Llama.cpp?
So Llama.cpp started as this one guy's research project to be able to run Llama.cpp on, well, without without Python and so on, and basically it can run Llama and a multitude of other models, and it's doing it really fast and really in a pretty simple and nice way, technically speaking.
Okay, so this is like a Llama.cpp is like a generic format for models, right?
So Llama.cpp is, sorry, I'm just gonna open the window because it's warm in here. Yeah. So Llama.cpp is a runner for these models, or inference engine for these models. So the models themselves are stored in a format called GGUF, which is, well, the guy is Georgi Gerganov, and so it's GG's. I think it's unified format these days. So, but GGML is like his machine learning library. So yeah,
So what was this GG?
GGUF is basically the format these days.
Oh, so GGUF format. So is this kind of, what do you think, becoming a standard for releasing LLMs
Um,
now?
it's a good format for inference. I don't think it's maybe the best format to train on because I'm not sure any. Well, actually, maybe the Hugging Face link you were on mentions if Hugging Face's library supports GGML directly, but it's a good format for inference. So
Okay,
and I think most of us will be doing inference instead of fine tuning or training. So
sure. So basically the idea is you have some other format when you're running your PyTorch pipelines
yep,
to fine tune, and then when you go from that into releasing, let's say you want to release on an edge device
yeah,
or some desktop application, something like
yeah,
that, you would convert it to GGUF. So then you have tons of tools to run those GGUF models.
or at least this tool, and it's enough basically. Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen is this GGUF growing fast, or is this being implemented, or
Uh, well, it's growing fast in that whenever there's a new interesting quantization format or something, and I guess we'll be talking about quantization later on. Uh, I think Llama CPP and GGML and GGUF are the first to implement it. So in that sense, yeah, it's fast moving at least.
cool? And I guess since like everything is very llama themed, these names, uh,
Yeah,
I guess it comes from the llama model by Meta originally, but This
Yeah.
this doesn't have anything to do with Llama anymore, right? Or
Uh,
but only with Llama. There's a
no.
lot of models in the ecosystem now, right?
Yeah. So there's a list of them if you scroll down the model architectures that are supported. So yeah,
So
a
we
whole
have
lot of them.
all the usual suspects:
Yeah.
Mistral, Falcon,
Yeah. Then you have Phi
GPT-2,
or
Phi.
Phi somewhere over there.
So pretty much everything
Yeah.
is available. So this is not
Yeah.
a run the Llama 2 or run the first Llama model on your machine. That's not what we're
No.
talking
Yeah.
about. Cool.
But that was what it was originally. So hence the name.
Yep. Uh, and Llama.cpp is a tool for running, and
Mm.
Ollama is a wrapper that makes it easy to run on Llama.cpp on your machine.
Yeah. So basically, they are kind of like they are a small wrapper around the Llama CPP API, which it also has like HTTP API. But Ollama is like wrapping that in a CLI tool and making it running it in the background, and they also have the neat model store and so on. So it's easier to get started, well, get up and running, as they say, rather than having to try and install Llama CPP yourself and then find the GGUF models on Hugging Face or wherever, and then also finding the correct prompt format for that model.
Okay.
Because something that's, in my opinion, not really talked about enough is that the prompt format for all of these models tends to be a little different. So basically, the training data, when it has been fine-tuned for instruction serving, is a little different, and Ollama has knowledge of these, while maybe, well, the raw Llama CPP thing doesn't, because all it does is does inference. It doesn't do prompt formatting. It doesn't do like chat history or whatever. So
Okay. So it's kind of a universal connector for using these models, and then a library for storing them and downloading them and easily getting them and running on your
yeah,
machine.
yeah. So yeah, that's a good simplification of it. Yeah.
So I'll go on and let's download this and get it installed. So seems simple enough. Let's get the download
Yeah, on my
going.
machine, I just compiled it from source. It's written in Golang, which isn't my favorite language, but at least I have to give it to them. It does compile usually with just a single command, which is nice.
Okay, installation starting. While we're at it, let's take a look. What do we have here? So models. So this is like the model library that they
Yep.
offer today. Who's maintaining this? Is this like the Ollama team, or can anybody publish here, or how does this work? Do you
Yeah,
know?
I think the Ollama team is like mostly in charge of this. As far as I know, there is like an Ollama push command in Ollama, but I don't think that those are necessarily available for like public consumption then. But I'm not sure. I didn't look into that very deeply.
Okay. Well, installation done. So this should just work now, right? Let's see. I have a llama in my background applications here, so looks like it's running. So
Yeah,
I
it's a good sign.
imagine we use this from the command prompt, right?
You are absolutely correct.
So I just type in Ollama, yes,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
seems like we have llama 3, Phi 3. Phi 3, this is like the new model from Microsoft that came
Yep.
out like 2 weeks ago, right?
Mhm.
Um, should we
It's
try
super
this?
tiny and very good for that size.
Okay, let's install this. So how do we go at it?
Oh,
Llama
Llama 153.
Ollama run Phi 3. So it'll download the model and start running it. Okay, makes sense. It's a lot like using Docker, I guess, in some way.
Yeah, yeah. Even Ollama's model file format has been like adapted from the Docker file format for good or for worse, but it is what it is.
So what are the formats that people are using to store models nowadays?
So from what I've seen, there's a lot of GGUF these days for like end user models, or like, well, I'm not sure if we are end users, but like for consumption.
And how about if I go and get stuff from Hugging Face? These are like
These are probably mostly in PyTorch format. So if you just click through there, sure if you can even see the files without having agreed to those. But if you scroll up to files and versions, there's the files and versions tab.
I'll have to access.
Yeah, no.
Okay. I guess I can't see anything.
Yeah, I can check. I think I have access there, but like.
Well, I do too, but this is my stream browser.
Yeah. Well, that's a safe
Not
tensors
logged in.
file. So basically, there's a config JSON generation config JSON for safe tensors files, a couple other JSON configuration files. So the neat thing about GGUF is it's a single file that has all of those.
So what's this safe tensors thing then?
So safe tensors is a tensor storage format by Hugging Face. It's an open standard. I've also contributed to the open standard. So basically, it's just a bunch of numbers in a couple of different formats, usually like float 16s or float 32s in a well, it's a binary file, pretty simple format. There's a Rust library and a Python library that people use to access these.
And now let's say, I guess we used to use pickles back in the day, and I guess some people still use pickles.
Yeah, and
And
pickles are
then we moved
fine
over
when
to
you're
safe tensors. What's the story there?
Yeah, so the problem with pickles is, so pickle is the Python generic serialization format, and the problem is that due to how it works, a maliciously constructed pickle file will be able to, when Python or whatever program that's written in Python is trying to deserialize it, it can be tricked to running arbitrary code, which obviously is unpleasant if you are just grabbing a file off the internet and trying to, e.g., make nice images with your stable diffusion or whatever. So Hugging Face implemented safe tensors to fix that situation. So safe tensors files have no direct way of running arbitrary code, is precisely because they are just a bunch of numeric tensors in a dict sort of file. So where basically a pickle file can instantiate any object, safe tensors files only contain tensors, which are bunches of numbers.
So basically, it used to be possible to upload a model file that would contain your whatever generic Python code you want to run. Could be malicious, and then if somebody downloads that from a repository and
loads
executes
it, yeah.
it will run on the privileges that the model is being running, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So used to be a lot of interesting vulnerabilities.
Yeah, as far as I know, the novel AI leak that was a kind of a big thing back in the day in the Stable Diffusion community, as far as I could tell or know, that actually happened via a pickle vulnerability originally.
Yeah. And are like Stable Diffusion models also using these safe tensors, or is there another format there?
They are generally using safe tensors these days, yeah. They could just as well be using GGUF, but there's no good reason to do that right now, because there is actually, I think someone wrote a Stable Diffusion engine on top of GGML, which is the ML library that Llama.cpp and so on use. But generally it's still Python-based programs like Automatic 1111 and ComfyUI So there's no compelling reason to use gguf in those situations.
Yeah. ggml. So this
Yeah.
ggml, so gguf is a part of ggml.
Yes, gguf is the file format that ggml uses. Yes.
Yeah, makes sense. So many GG or and ML acronyms in the space can get quite confusing, I'm sure, for
Yep.
newcomers today. All right. Uh, hey, leave comments if you have a question about any particular library. We'd be more than happy to answer what these libraries are, if you are wondering about the particular library. But hey, it looks like we have the Phi 3, Phi 3,
Phi tree, I guess.
Phi 3. I don't
Maybe
know
you
the
should ask it
pronunciation.
how to pronounce phi to begin with.
As an AI, I don't have a personal name.
Okay, well, maybe if you ask what is the phonetic pronunciation of phi dash tree.
Is it like this?
Yeah,
Is the official name with the dash? No, I guess it's not. Well, yeah, yeah, no, it is.
it
It
is.
is. It is.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so there we
Using the
go.
standard word. Phi 3.
No, it's actually phi.
Phi.
So yeah,
Yeah, Phi.
it's
Phi 3.
yeah,
That's it.
exactly as we would say it in Finnish.
Yeah.
Phi kolme.
For context, we are Finnish.
Yes.
All right. Uh, let's see. How good is this V3? Let's ask it some questions. Let's Now that we talk about Finland, let's ask what is Finland? Located in Northern Europe. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's true. Approximately, is this data
Yep.
right? Can you check?
I can check.
Are we
Yep.
338.424 square kilometers?
Yep. Google says it's about 40 kilometers more, but I think it's about fine.
Okay, close enough. 5.5 million. That's pretty
Yep.
close. Bordered by Sweden on the west,
Yep.
Norway on the north, Russia to the
Yep.
east. Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Yeah.
That's all good. The capital of Finland is Helsinki, which also serves as its largest city. True. Uh, yeah. Official
Yep.
language is Finnish. Swedish being an additional official language. Yes. I don't know if this is true though.
Well, I mean, you could also call them historical disagreements, but yeah.
I guess. Okay. Uh, 60 indigenous minority languages. I have no idea. Probably. Finland gained independence from Russia in December. That sounds about right. Uh, okay. I think this is pretty accurate. In that case,
Yep.
let's go a bit deeper. Valohai head office is in Turku, so let's ask it about Turku. Okay, now it's
There it
off the
goes off
rails.
the rails.
Turku also spelled Oopoapori. That's just not true.
Not exactly.
It's the second largest city in Finland by population after Helsinki. Okay.
Helsinkinas.
Yeah, this is not a place. I think it's
Yeah.
trying to say Helsinki. I don't think Turku also is not the second largest city in Finland.
No.
Uh, it has played a significant role in Finnish history, European culture. Okay. Uh, this could be true. Uh, okay, this is true.
Yeah.
I guess it's mostly true, but I think this is already like going off the rails pretty hard. Uh, oh, okay. Offers so Turku is also a significant cultural hub with numerous festivals, events, galleries, Finnish music, literature, cinema. The city has an
Yeah.
active nightlife and offers various shopping options from local boutiques to international brands in malls such as Kauppatori.
I mean, in a sense, you can find international couture in the Turku
No,
Kauppatori, but
no,
uh,
it's an
yeah,
international malls in
yeah,
malls such as Kauppatori. So this is just a place. This is a place. This is the market square in the
yeah, Market
downtown.
Square.
I don't think it's very accurate. Anyways, okay. I'm pretty impressed, by the way, at this point.
Yeah,
I guess this
considering,
shouldn't be like an replacement of local Wikipedia or something like that. I guess that's not the use case for this model, anyways.
yeah, no, I think feed tree, now that we know how to pronounce it, is I think it's mostly like a reasoning model. So maybe if you give it more context and then ask it questions about something, it might be better.
So let's say, what would that look like? I go on Wikipedia,
Yeah,
and then
or I
from
mean, if you have some confidential documents that you want to ask questions about, you can just paste them on here on the stream.
maybe not on stream now. Let's go and let's go and do this. So we'll do Turku Wikipedia article,
Yeah,
and we'll copy paste it. Let's see. I'll put it in a notepad. Here. It's quite. I think
maybe we don't
I
need all of
take
the
the
C also and
references
so
away.
on, but like, yeah,
I'll take this stuff away. Uh, let's see. We have this data here.
yeah.
Turku is twinned with. Let's see if we can mine that out of it. So tell me the
Tell me the
twin
twin cities.
towns and sister cities of Turku.
Yeah.
Uh,
So with the Ollama, yeah, you will want to use the multi-line thing first. So
okay.
yeah.
How does that work?
So slash question mark. I think it. I can't remember the syntax out right now. So
Okay.
do the help thing. It says. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Three.
yeah, three quotes. Yeah,
There we go.
just like in Python.
And then I enter this.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a lot. All
Well,
right.
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. And then we see. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what it says. So this
What
is
are the?
something a human would pretty trivially be able to do. Seeing this data, uh, twin cities.
Yeah.
Okay. Here is some data from Turku. Can you please find out what cities are the twin cities of Turku based on the data above? Thanks.
Always try to be nice to the ML.
And then I end the multi-line with this. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think so. Denmark Aarhus since 1946.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Bergen,
Mm-hmm.
Norway. That's right. Slovakia.
I
That's right.
think
Cologne is
I'm
right.
not sure how it got the 1st of May for Bratislava, but I'm willing to believe it.
It could be somewhere in the text.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's 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 see. So Cologne. Um, a note
Yeah.
here. Cologne there. Constantia. Florence.
Yeah,
Gdansk
Gdansk.
is right. Gothenburg.
Yeah.
Kharkiv, Ukraine.
Yeah, it missed Szeged. And
Rostock also, I
yeah.
think.
Then again, you didn't ask for all of them. You asked. I mean, it's saying the 20 days include these, but it doesn't say.
Okay.
It's
Can
all
I
of
ask
them.
it further questions?
I don't think the Ollama.
Give me more
Yeah.
twin cities.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So this doesn't have like the chat context, right?
No.
Okay. So this is just like sending a prompt and getting a response, right?
Yes.
So how do we add chat context to this? Is there some way to do that?
Yeah, not with the CLI, but happily there are projects that do that. So
Okay.
there's, I can't remember the name. It was Open Chat something something. So if you go to Ollama's, just go to Ollama's GitHub page. So you have the Ollama tab over there and GitHub over there. Yep. I think they have a list of like other projects down here somewhere. So yeah, well, yeah, even further down. Somewhere over here. CLI reference, yes, whatever.
Community.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, community.
Open
Yeah, Open
WebUI.
WebUI was the one I was thinking about. Yep. So based on stars and how it looks like ChatGPT, this is pretty promising.
18,800. That's a lot of stars. Okay. So how do we run this? It's probably how to install.
Yeah.
Quick start with Docker. I'm ready for quick start. Okay, so uh, so I just copy this
Yep.
and I need a new command prompt.
What happens if you paste the command into the Ollama prompt? For the hell of it.
uh, oh my god, this is so good!
Yeah.
What? This is so good. Oh no, this is. Huh.
Yep. By a quick look, that's all correct. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's very correct. Wow. That's
By the way,
impressive.
yeah, you might want to actually change the command a bit if you still have a notepad or something open
I
for
can
the sake
change
of
it
the
here.
demo. Yeah.
What do you want?
Remove the restart always and change the first -d to -it. So we don't want it to be restarting on your machine all the time. So just
Yeah, just
also
no.
the restart, yeah. And then the first -d at the almost the beginning should be -it. So instead of running as a background daemon, we want it to be.
Yep.
We want to see what it's doing. So it.
Boom.
Yep.
Alright, so this will take a bit, I think.
Yeah.
Alright, I don't know how big this is. Doesn't look like it's very big.
How did they manage to get a gigabyte layer in there? Well,
Well, talk about downloading random code and running it on your machine.
well, I mean, you're running it in a Docker container, so
Yeah, there's
that's
no escape from Docker.
well, it's more unlikely anyway.
Yeah, I guess. Isn't it so you shouldn't be counting on containerization as a security method?
Not as your only security method.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are kernel bugs that may be exploitable from within like a Docker container namespace. Even if someone is running something in a Docker container, they might still be like scanning your network and finding other machines on your local network that are vulnerable to something or whatever. So, defense in depth.
Yeah. Hey, um, let's look at this. Uh, so the phi 3
Hmm.
is a so there's multiple versions of it. First of all, I guess this is the phi 3 mini, 3.7 billion parameters. But then we have here quantization, 4-bit.
Yes.
What is this?
So generally, when you're training a model, you'll be training it in F32 or F16. So that's 16-bit floats or 32-bit floats. And as we know, floats are, well, floating point numbers. There's also B floats, which are a deep learning specific float type, which is an interesting thing in itself. But anyway, you generally don't want to. I mean, you're running this on your laptop, right?
Yep.
So, and I guess you have ended up using your GPU, but your GPU generally wouldn't have. So if you're looking at like this is 2.3 gigabytes, and it would be times. So we're looking at 4-bit now, so it would be 8 point something gigs as a float 16 model. So chances are your laptop GPU won't have 8 gigabytes of VRAM. So the neat thing is that you can actually do pretty good inference on these models without losing much of the quality, even if you crunch those floats down to 4 bits, which is called quantizing.
Okay. So basically, we're taking the accuracy of individual weights and
Yep.
we're clamping it down to just 4 bits.
Not exactly. So as far as I know, each layer here will have its own custom quantization context, so or quantization parameters, which means that that when you are quantizing the model, the tools are there in the Llama.cpp repo. When you're quantizing the model, it's kind of like looking at how to squeeze it in a way that preserves as much as possible of the data while still being 4 bits in that layer.
Because some weights have much more fidelity than other, or some layers, weights in some layers have much more fidelity than others, right?
Yeah, and or their numbers happen to be distributed in a way that makes it like a better idea to, for instance, multiply everything by 100 and only
Mm.
then quantize them back to 4 bits.
Yeah.
So you kind of have like a layer specific metadata that tells you, hey, that after we dequantize this, divide it by 100 to get the original.
And where does this layer based metadata exist in these files? Is it
In GGUF files, well, I mean, you can open GGUF spec somewhere. I think it's the third tab for you now, fourth tab. So yeah, the one of those. No, the other one.
no? I jumped
Okay.
in here. I think here we go. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's if you scroll down, yeah. So there's like yeah, well, yeah. Scroll down. I think there's yeah. So there's various quantization types, and then there's more information about them and so on. So they are stored there in the GGUF files.
Okay. So how much does this impact this quantization?
Yeah, quantization. So there's a measurement called perplexity, which kind of measures the quality of a LLM generated output. I kind of skimmed how it works, but then my eyes kind of glazed over because math. So I'm not sure about the exact math, but basically, the lower perplexity, the better, I think. So if
Where
you go to the GGM Llama.cpp GitHub page, they have a comparison over there. I think that's the third tab now, or
there?
third GitHub tab.
No,
Yes.
this one.
Yeah. So if you scroll down over there, I think they have some charts about the perplexity for each quantization.
This is a long ass GitHub
Yeah, there we go.
page.
That's it.
There we go. So here we can see an example of what model is this? A
This
particular model?
It actually also says outdated at the top, or
Yeah,
whatever.
it does.
We're gonna still read it anyway. So this is like a
So this is the basic. We have 16-bit floats, right?
yeah.
And then we clamp it down. Here's two different methods, I guess, of
Yeah.
4-bit quantization, and
Yeah, I
then
think one is
5-bit
like
quantization and 8-bit
yeah,
quantization.
I think one is actually 3.5 bits. Anyway,
Okay.
so, but so taking two values and squeezing them into 7 bits, so that sort of thing.
Uh,
Yeah.
do you have any idea what it means to go from 5.9 to
Well, I mean,
6.1?
my rule of thumb has been that Q5 models have been good for what I've been playing around with.
Okay.
So, but obviously, since Ollama is trying to ship you, or well, did ship you a Q4 model, they think that is good enough.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, this would be an interesting topic to talk about with LLM specialist. Maybe we'll organize
Absolutely.
uh,
Yeah.
one
Oh, yeah.
stream.
Actually, you can see there's bits by weight, the fifth row in the table. So Q40 is 4.5 bits per weight.
Okay. Yeah. On average, I guess then.
Yeah. And also the interesting thing is the inference speed. You can see milliseconds by token. So on whatever machine someone measured this on, inferencing on F16 has been 100 milliseconds per
Slightly
token.
faster.
Yeah.
Slightly faster.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
That
that's
makes sense.
probably that's my guess is that's because of the memory bandwidth stuff. So more data to be schlepping around and
Mm.
yeah.
How about then if I want to run a bigger model? Like I don't have 13 gigabytes of memory on my GPU. Is it just I can't run this stuff anymore, or?
So yeah, you can actually run. So Llama.cpp supports running on CPU, GPU, Apple Silicon, and for GPUs, I think they support both CUDA and AMD GPUs, and I think they do Intel as well to some degree, or Vulkan. I'm not sure. OpenCL anyway. So if you run out of GPU, I think you would be happily running some of these on CPU as well for many use cases.
Okay, but
Because yeah.
there's still no way of like streaming from the hard drive.
Yeah, so I was getting to that because one of the clever things about the GGML or GGUF format is there was a bit of a brouhaha about it when that change was announced, because it was a format breaking change and everyone needed to reconvert their models back in the day. But that was a year ago. We don't expect more of those changes because they have enough bits in the format that they can now support multiple use cases more easily. So there's a possibility to, when you are using CPU for inference, which means that you will be using your CPU memory and not your GPU VRAM. So you can just then have Llama.cpp stream the model off the disk or mem map it. So basically, mem mapping is telling the OS to hey, here's a file. I want a view of it as if it was memory. So that basically means that because the layout of the file is close enough to whatever Llama.cpp is doing when it's inferencing from memory, since the OS gives you this view of the file as if it was memory, you basically get streaming for free. And that's relying on your OS's page cache. So basically, the same kind of mechanism that does swapping, kind of, but not exactly.
Okay.
So basically, the OS is streaming the stuff, and Llama.cpp is none the wiser, and it's actually reading from disk and not from memory.
So I guess this is fine if you're running like local one prompt type of stuff, right? But this is probably something you wouldn't do for fine tuning a model. Well, I guess you wouldn't use GGUF for fine tuning
Yeah,
anyways.
you
But if
wouldn't
you're
use it.
running
Yeah.
running some product using a model, this
Well, I
would
mean,
probably.
I haven't tried it, but I understand that if you can kind of batch uh, those inferences for Llama.cpp. So I think that might actually be pretty efficient. So if you know that you have 32 or whatever prompts that you want to process in parallel, then it can actually be kind of efficient to process them in parallel, even if you're streaming from disk.
Okay.
But I haven't tried it because my MacBook has 64 gigs of unified memory, so
Yeah, you haven't been using larger models than that.
yeah, no. And well, actually, I did back on my older laptop, which was also a MacBook. I did try the mmap mode, and it did work back then, but it was a while ago. But yeah,
So you don't need the memory anymore in every case, right?
yeah, and it depends on your target for inference speed and so on. So there's actually an interesting project called Llama file from Mozilla's like Skunkworks lab, and basically it's a project that takes Llama.cpp with a couple of patches, well, a bunch of patches, and packages it with a model file into a single executable file. And that single executable file is actually something that you can run. The same file can be run on Windows, Mac, Linux, x64 processors, ARM64 processors, etc. And the person who's been developing that has been testing it on huge AMD Threadrippers, where they've been able to get pretty interesting inference speeds, like on that's a $10,000 CPU for like for context. But they've also run it on Raspberry Pi 5s. So basically, you can take Llama file, put it on your Raspberry Pi 5, and then you have a local AI in your pocket if you can power it from your pocket. But you know,
Yeah. Uh, Interesting. Not
yeah.
sure if I can see a lot of use cases for it, but
It might actually be cost effective. So like if you consider the prices you have to pay OpenAI or like Azure or whatever, Google's what's it called? Gemini, APIs per call or per token you generate, you might actually want to consider crunching the numbers and a bit and seeing if it's actually cheaper in if you have something that you've proven that might work on a local model to see if it's cheaper to run on something like that.
yeah, of course. But the point is, my point was, if you have the ability to wrap a model to a single executable that you can run on any platform, if that is such a big advantage or not.
It makes deployment much easier.
It does. It does. Uh, Anyhow,
Yeah,
let's move on. We have uh, Open WebUI
yeah. I think the
running.
URL that it shows there is lying. I think you have the correct URL in the README because there's Docker port mapping. So go to the open model README.
Okay.
I think they had the direct link
Not
there. Third tab from the
here.
left. One
What?
more.
Oh, third. Hmm.
Yeah, and then slightly to the down. Yeah, yes, almost there.
There.
Yeah, localhost 3000. Yes.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm running a local web server,
Yep.
and I need to sign in or sign up.
Yeah, I think it's because you have your chat histories and so on. So if you were running this in a less local setting, it kind of makes sense. I'm not blaming them for this.
Okay.
I would just go with yeah, X or whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go. Ah, I have already registered. What is
It's
my
as if we had tried something like this before and failed with the recording.
Busted. Let's see.
If you want to just get rid of that easily, you can Control C the Docker container and change the volume name to something new.
No, I, I'll get my password from here. I think I have it stored somewhere, maybe. No, I don't. Oh no, I'll just register on my on an. Oh, Let's do
It's
this.
not going to send you any mail anyway, so I.
Yeah. We are in.
Yes.
Uh,
Oh my. Okay, I guess the first user you make for OpenWebUI will be the super admin. So I guess we will need a bit of hacking here. So just go to the command prompt you have over there.
yeah.
We're going to do a single character hack here. So Control C, or however you break out of yeah. Okay, then hit up. So repeat the last command, but change the there's the volume. I can't see the full command because your face
Sorry.
is
Yes.
if you move it up a bit. Yeah, so there's V open web UI, change the open web UI to open web UI 2 or something, and you should be
This
good to go.
or the
No,
second one?
in the volume claim or like
There. Okay.
no, not there. Sorry.
Sorry. Where?
After host gateway and on the first line. Yeah.
Oh, here. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, change that to UI 2. So the left side of the. So that's
This.
basically telling Docker to.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I have where the
Yeah,
data is, the permanent data.
yeah. Or you could just delete the volume called OpenWebUI.
Let's do this. What?
There's you need to Docker rm OpenWebUI because, or you can just change the name over there as well because names per machine, container names
There.
are like
Okay.
on the
Oh
left.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, okay.
yeah. There we go.
Now I got it.
Yes, you're basically now a Docker expert.
Yeah.
Usually at work we do this stuff, so you don't need to. But
It's almost as if I haven't been coding in years. Almost.
okay, we should be back in business. So if
Let's
you
see.
refresh the
Can we get in?
yes,
Now I sign up.
yep.
Woohoo! We got in.
Yay. Okay.
So now,
Select the model.
we have here. So if I would download other models, I would have multiple model options here,
Yep.
right? Okay.
Might as well set it as default over there. It's at the top. So all of your new chats will have the same. Yeah. Okay,
Okay, so hello. My name is Eero. Oh, that's taking a while.
I think something Ollama does is it shuts down the model server after a while.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, hey, what's my name again?
Maybe if you ask it, what did I just tell you my name was?
Okay, as an AI, there isn't a personal interaction context that requires a response beyond none. Okay, what? Uh, okay.
No, there we go. So now we have context.
So let's see. Let's tell it about Turku again.
You might want to open a new chat unless it gets confused about the.
That's right. Maybe let's do that just to be sure. Let's give it all the chances we can.
Yeah.
New chat. Boom. What?
I
What?
think it kind of got confused.
it got very confused. What is happening here? Turku, the oldest city in Finland, which is yes, yes, yes.
I'm not sure if
But
Takakipusoff
I
is,
don't
but
think this person exists. But uh,
Mauno Koivisto did exist.
yes, he was a Finnish president. I'm
Yep.
not sure if he was the ninth. Could be, very well be.
And
Uh,
I don't think from 62, but
yeah. Ah.
I could check.
Yeah. Anyways, I think the part that we're confused about is from
Yeah, no.
1962 to 1 CVL is
Yeah.
7.
Koivisto was the president from 1982, so
Yeah.
almost there. 20 years off.
The
Who's
result
counting?
indicates the current CVL value is of 70 is approximately 1.7 point.
I think it
What
might
is
have.
happening here?
I think it like saw something about numbers in the context and kind of. I
Yeah.
think there was a big list of like temperatures at least somewhere a bit higher above.
Okay.
So I guess
Let's
some of this stuff may have confused the tiny little model.
yeah. Let's make it a bit more fair. Let's take the history.
But again, Phi V3, my apologies, is a tiny model in the series of like large language models. So
Yep. Let's start a new chat again.
yeah,
Here is some information about Turku.
you kind of didn't prompt it to give you anything about it, but
No,
fine.
no, no. I just wanted to know. Now I'm gonna start asking about it. Okay. I don't want to confirm, but looks like it's doing something smart. All right. Let's ask it some questions. Tell me very shortly the may how Turku was founded. Seems good to me. All right. Um, what do we want to do? Let's go creative. Let's write some. Should we do some songs about Turku?
Sure.
Write me a short song about Turku. Make it a beautiful story about the founding of the city and uh, add a magical medieval twist to the story. Are we good with this?
We're good with this.
Okay, looks good. In lands where northern lights dance.
Yeah.
uh, okay, this
I
is
don't
pretty
think
good.
Turku was founded by a duke, but we will go with this. That's the magical twist.
Yes. I think hallucinations
But I like
really.
that I like that it says Turku or Turku Fair from ashes born anew because we've had this bit of a history of Turku burning down
That's true. The city
time
has
and time
burned a few
again.
times.
So I like that it maybe knew about that in its own like model or maybe saw it in the history.
Yeah. And by the way, for people watching, Turku is the town Aarni is living in, so
Yeah,
that's why we're talking about it all the time.
and
It's a
also
great
where
example because it's a relatively unknown city,
yeah,
uh, so it's a pretty difficult thing for any
yeah,
model. Um, so one of the things that I I think when I think about Gen AI is that the use cases are ripe for creativity, but I think that when we're talking about like hard information stuff like medical diagnostics or uh, I think a lot of people are talking about like automating lawyers, automating a lot of legal work.
Yeah.
I feel like we're still pretty far off, even with the best performing models. There is a high risk of hallucinations, and there are very few robust ways to tackle it. Um, so I think that the biggest boom of actual production use case is going to be in creativity. Uh,
Yeah.
but the one thing that blew me away in the last few weeks was the uh, music generation models. Um,
Yeah.
I wanted to try a. That's why I was asking for some words for a song. I wanted to
Yeah.
use Suno.
Yeah.
This was super impressive. I must say, like this was one of the most out of the blue, most impressive products to come out related to Gen AI. For me, this was more impressive than when ChatGPT came out, but that's most likely because I was following NLP quite close, and I feel like
Yeah.
even where it was a huge leap, it was somewhat expected uh, that we would get there uh, relatively soon. So, but this somehow came out of the blue for me. I haven't seen many projects tackle this, and how good this thing is.
Mm-hmm.
So for people who don't know, this is generative AI for music, so we can create some songs. And I've been creating some songs. Let's go to custom mode. Let's take the um what? Where is our there? Let's take a few. Let's make. Let's not make it too long.
Yeah.
Like this. Let's take out some extra lines. Mm.
Yeah, I think Suno is actually capable of handling some of those like verse and bridge annotations, but I think they need to be like in square brackets or something.
Yeah. Let's do
Not
Nordic
sure how they do that.
Nordic folk. Let's ask the model. What is this supposed to be?
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. That that's an awesome song. Can you describe? I can't type today. It seems like.
Maybe if you ask it, if you were to set this to music, what would the genre be?
Okay, if you were to sing this to a certain style of music, what would the genre be? Okay, medieval folk or Celtic music. Uh,
Mm.
okay. Uh,
Maybe we will distill that down to medieval fantasy folk.
yeah.
Whimsical medieval fantasy folk.
Okay. Whimsical medieval fantasy folk.
Yeah.
That is. Uh, whimsical fan
Medieval fantasy
medieval
folk. Yeah.
fantasy folk. Is that it?
Yeah.
Let's say
Just
it's
fix
the
the
song
typo.
is called Turku. All right.
Yes.
Boom. Let's go.
Fix. Yeah, well, whatever. It'll be fine. Yeah, I've been toying around with Suno as well. I also gave a couple clicks around Udio, which is like a competitor that came out like last week or something. It's clearly a space where there's a lot of competition.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to see how this plays out with like copyrights,
Yep.
IP.
Yep.
Um, I wonder what the training material has been like.
Yeah.
There's a lot of questions. And who owns this music that gets generated? Let's make this
Yeah.
public for people to listen. All right, let's see how good it is. Can you go, Arni, and check in the stream that make sure that we can
Yeah,
hear you?
I will because otherwise can't hear the music anyway. So just a moment.
All right, let's go. Three. Are you ready?
In lands where northern lights dance on Auror's gentle flow, stood Obo by fate's design in ancient times aglow. A duke with vision clear and bright, to pair of the sweet's fame. Upon this tranquil river bank he cast his winning aim. Turku, Turku, fair from ashes born anew, in a world where magic flies neath skies of mystic hue. A founding tale both grand and bold, with enchantments twined in time. Sing the story of Obo's birth. The Duke declared with words so firm to build a town he sought, where merchants would flourish wide and far from every distant thought. Dragons circled o'er the hills, their eyes they gleam with glee, bestowing fortune on the ground as Turku rose for all to see.
It's just ridiculous how good these are.
Yeah. Actually, dragons explain how it keeps burning down.
Let's so for people who haven't used Suno, for some reason it always generates two versions.
I think it has to do with the batching I talked about for LLMs. So it's when you have like ingested the prompt, as it were, it's usually cheaper if you need more than one copy or alternative of the same thing. It's cheaper to just do it in a batch of two.
Yeah, most likely they just kind of get it for free.
Yeah.
Actually, while we listen to that, let's put in a new one to go. I wanna hear a more rock, whimsical. I'll take the whimsical medieval
Yeah.
fantasy folk metal.
Mm, maybe let's do like
Medieval Nordic folk metal.
yeah,
I'll go with this.
yeah, sure.
All right, then let's listen to the second one for a bit.
In lands where northern lights dance on Aura's gentle flow,
These are so good. It's crazy.
Obo by fate's design in ancient times aglow. A duke with vision clear and bright, to pair of the sweet's fame. Upon this tranquil river bank he cast his winning aim. Turku, oh, Turku.
so crazy. It's so crazy how good these are.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
From some of the you can tell from some of the vocals that it's a bit thin, and it's kind of like old MP3s that were encoded with like bad encoders in a low bit rate. You can kind of tell there's a crunchiness to it.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
But on the
especially in
other
the
hand,
slow songs with more ballad-like songs, you can definitely hear it in the
yeah,
singing. But I feel like stuff like jingles for advertisements,
absolutely.
random background music for
Yeah,
theater, stuff like that. All of that can be so easily replaced
yeah,
by this.
absolutely. So like music that doesn't need to kind of have soul, it just needs to be there for background reasons, or
Yeah.
maybe to get people to buy more stuff, which is a cynical way to think about it. But like,
Or just like adding to things. Like imagine running your own Dungeons and Dragons campaign and
yeah,
being able to create custom songs. Um, your group that has become famous in a particular area comes to a tavern and the local bard is singing a song
absolutely, absolutely.
for them. Like so much immersion.
Yeah.
But okay, let's
I
listen
think
to
it's like I've seen like ads on Instagram for like something like that that does like dynamic AI generated background sounds for your D&D campaigns. I think getting like a Suno or something into that is a short leap.
Yep.
Let's see.
Let's go. I mean, like the variety that this thing has. We have blast beat. I mean, like, if someone played this music to me, I had no idea. I would have no idea
Yeah.
that it's AI generated. And let's do some final experiment with
How
some
about
techno
let's do futuristic glossy hyper pop.
with a hint of dubstep. Or no,
Yeah.
dub, just dub.
Yeah, just
Okay,
dub.
yeah. And then I think I'm out of my daily credits anyways.
I think you might still have one
You
more,
can,
but yeah.
yeah, one more song.
Yeah, it's a shame there's no open models for these yet. So Facebook had Music Gen a while back, but it's nowhere as good as Suno.
Yeah.
I totally understand it because well, I'm not going to say anything about the data set they've been training on, but it's probably the same sort of thing that happened with Spotify when they were starting out.
Yeah.
I've heard rumors that back in like 2009 or when Spotify was new, I think they were like songs that had like ripped by something in like the song titles and so on because they had seeded it with like their own MP3 collections or whatever.
Yeah, at least there's
So
rumors about it.
yeah, but like,
Good.
and I think Udio has had like actual like legal trouble because they've not had like maybe proper how to censoring or like safeguards for the or the guardrails for the prompts. Like if you tell Suno to make something that sounds like some artist that you know, it will refuse because it sees an artist name.
Okay. What's the team behind this? We're a team of musicians and artificial intelligence experts based in Cambridge. We're proud alumni of pioneering tech companies like Meta, TikTok, and Kensho. Okay, so the team seems quite experienced.
No.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, I had to Google what Kensho does, but they've done audio transcription and so on. So okay, yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. All right,
Yeah.
let's have the last sneak peek into Turku song.
In lands where northern lights dance on Aura's gentle flow, stood Obo by fate's design in ancient times aglow. A duke with vision clear and bright, duker of the Swedes' fame. Upon this tranquil river bank he cast his winning aim. Turku, oh Turku fair, from ashes born anew. In a world where magic flies neath skies of mystic hue, a founding tale both grand and bold with enchantments twined in time. Sing the story of Obo's birth in
These
this
vocals are
medieval
really good.
rhyme. The Duke declared with words so firm to build a town he sought, where merchants would flourish wide and far from every distant thought. Dragons circled o'er the hills, their eyes agleam with glee, bestowing fortune on the ground as Turku rose for all to see.
Are we going? And with this outro tune, we thank everybody who tuned in to watch us play around with some Ollama 5.3 and generate some new music using Suno.
Yes.
There's still one extra song. Go and find it on Suno and listen to it if you're interested. We'll call it here. Thanks, Aarni.
Thanks, Eero.
See you on the next stream. Bye.
See you. Bye.